Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sportsway YouTube channel. Today I've got Muktesh joining me from Markaroni. Muktesh bro, क्या scene चल रहा है? La Liga race looking pretty open, I think, because Real Madrid ने पिछले कुछ मैचेस अच्छा नहीं खेला है and I'm very sad because I'm a Madrid fan. But जितनी ओपन ये लीग होनी नहीं चाहिए थी उससे ज़्यादा ओपन लग रही है at the moment.
ओ भाई बहुत ज़्यादा इट लाइक स्पेशली द टॉप 4 रेस इज लाइक टू एक्साइटिंग और मतलब रियाल का यार मैं क्या बोलूँ रियाल लाइक सेविया निकाल पाएगी क्या? मुझे नहीं लगता सेविया निकाल पाएगी लीग। सेविया देखो ये तो ऑब्वियस चीज़ है कि द ओनली कॉम्पिटिटर दे हैव टू बी ऑनेस्ट इज सेविया। आई डोंट सी सेविया लूजिंग 4 मैचेस इन अ रो क्योंकि दैट इज व्हाट इट्स गोना टेक फॉर देम टू कम इनटू दैट टॉप 4 वाली फाइट। अभी तो टॉप 2 की अलग फाइट चल रही है एंड देन टॉप बाकी दो थर्ड और फोर्थ की अलग फाइट। हाँ तो आई डोंट सी सेविया गोइंग ऑन सच अ पुअर फॉर्म। तो लगता है तू खुद बता व्हाट डू यू थिंक सेविया कैन एक्चुअली
to be honest, the kind of coach they have, Julian Lopetegui, he was our coach as well, वो Real Madrid का भी coach था and he's a coach I've always rated. ठीक है, let's be very honest with that. And the kind of signings which they have made, the kind of players which they have, अभी उन्होंने Anthony Martial को भी sign किया है. I think that's gonna give a very big mental boost to the squad because the squad is going to realize that the board and the club and the manager is backing you to go and compete with Real Madrid. So I think that is a very psychological boost for them. So to be honest, unless there are blunders, unless they lose to the top 4 in their upcoming fixtures, I don't really see Sevilla falling out into a top 5 or a top 6 fight. So I think it should be a top 2 fight between Real Madrid and Sevilla. And to be honest, till now Sevilla has done very well to apply the pressure on Real Madrid and make sure कि अगर Real Madrid एक आधा मैच भी हारती है तो Sevilla is good enough to bounce on the opportunity.
Oh, Sevilla is actually भाई रैकिटिच क्या बढ़िया खेल रहा है यार। एज अ बात होता है इट लाइक
अबे बाहर से निकल के तो सब हर कोई अच्छा खेलता है।
हाँ एग्जैक्टली अरे भाई ये सोच के तो बहुत दुख होता है पर अब क्या हालत हो रही है एथलेटिको की। हाँ कहाँ पर हो भाई इतने बढ़िया स्क्वाड के साथ भी एथलेटिको तो भाई हमारी। लेकिन सेविया पर्सनली मेरे को 2-3 प्लेयर बहुत पसंद है सेविया के। एक तो ओकाम्पोस बहुत पसंद है मुझे और रैकी तो फिर भी है। कार्लोस बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा है। कौन सा कौन है वो कुनिया है
कार्लोस मार्कस
अकुनिया है जो
कार्लोस है या मार्कस
लेफ्ट बैक जो खेलता है।
यस लेफ्ट बैक यस
हाँ कार्लोस अकुनिया है जो भी होगा शायद अकुनिया जो भी है। ही इज अ रियली ग्रेट प्लेयर एज वेल। उसके ट्रैक बैक इज यार सुपर इट लाइक वैसा होता है प्लेयर हमेशा अपनी पोजीशन पे ही है जब वो अटैकिंग में भी होता है तब भी। तो इट लाइक दे हैव गॉट अ ग्रेट स्क्वाड। काफी अंडररेटेड स्क्वाड काफी अंडररेटेड।
Yeah, I think that's true. मतलब to be honest, they are kind of the Real Madrid of the Europa League. भाई मतलब Europa League तुम उनसे छीन के दिखाओ riot हो जाएंगे वहाँ पे दंगे कर देंगे वो लोग। But Sevilla को praise देना is right, but I think this was supposed to be Atletico Madrid because Atletico Madrid won the league last year. They had the same manager, they had almost the same squad. They made a few signings as well. But ये तो थोड़ा सा भाई बिखर गई है एटलेटिको because they're fighting for top 4 and they're only a point ahead of Barcelona. And given how the season started, I don't think it was such a bad start. But by the time we reached December, by the time we reached mid-season, Atletico has started to fall apart.
मेरे से ज़्यादा खुश कोई नहीं होगा इस बात के ऊपर but I think the most instrumental loss they had in the beginning of this season like in like signing wise की मैं बात करने वाला हूँ कि a signing which didn't really go as they planned was Rodrigo De Paul.
Yeah,
I think they were expecting more from him as a player of his caliber और क्योंकि वो साउल को रिप्लेस करने आया था and Saul was actually a very big part of whenever he used to play he was a very big part of Atletico. We all know it. He was that one player who can play everywhere for Atletico. ऐसा प्लेयर था वो। उसको मैंने लेफ्ट बैक खेलता देखा है साउल को हद हो गया। मिडफील्डर लेफ्ट बैक अब खेलता है लेकिन लेफ्ट बैक
सिमियोनी के सिस्टम में तो स्ट्राइकर भी सेंटर बैक खेलता है तो आई एम नॉट वेरी
yeah exactly but Saul was the prime example for this system कि what kind of players can actually dwell in this system. and उसके बाद I think Rodrigo De Paul was one player जो परफेक्ट था उसको रिप्लेस करने के लिए। एट द सेम टाइम इट डिडंट गो एज प्लान्ड। Marcus Llorente I think had dipped this season.
Yeah, I think so as well. मतलब I think उसकी जो डेवलपमेंट सिमियोने ने करी थी फ्रॉम अ CDM टू काइंड ऑफ अ सेकंड स्ट्राइकर एंड देन वो उसको एज अ CDM भी यूज करता है. इट्स नॉट लाइक ही वाज नॉट बीइंग यूज्ड एज अ CDM बट ही वाज मेड मोर वर्सेटाइल. I expected him to take upon that role and to support Luis Suarez, to support Antoine Griezmann and to support the other attacking players. But मेरे को अभी एटलेटिको की टीम को देखते सिर्फ ये लगता है कि I think the only person who's trying to do something in that team is Yannick Ferreira Carrasco. मतलब he has the flair, he has the skills, he has the dribbling, he has the shooting. Suarez is a passenger on the field. Antoine Griezmann का ये जो whole reunion था कि मैं वापस जाऊंगा एटलेटिको मैड्रिड hasn't really worked out for him. And Marcus Llorente, as you said, very very bad this year.
ये Marcus Llorente is personally one of my favorite players, like in general from La Liga. In general from La Liga, one of my favorite players. Carrasco, one of those players I hate. क्योंकि वो मेरे opposite, he's too good to play, you know,
against
in your opposite team, against, and especially last match he scored against Barca. जब Ter Stegen आ गया था, I don't remember. हाँ, Ter Stegen का
last. It was Messi's last game against Atletico. Yeah.
So that was personally like he's a very unpredictable player. But I think Barcelona कह रहा हूँ, Atletico का last season I think was probably too good. इसकी वजह से इस season they are suffering. Like for example, Thomas Lemar is actually giving up spiking performances. Like a few matches he's going at a level that you can't even imagine. For example, the last match versus Barca. For example.
Yeah.
That was probably one of his best performances, Thomas Lemar. Then I saw that game versus Sevilla. And he was again not that great.
Yeah.
Spiking performances are here from a lot of players. Thomas Lemar especially. I think Thomas Lemar, Marcus Llorente, Rodrigo De Paul. These are those players which provide you like, you know, usually teams like to keep one or at max 2 box-to-box players. So in case कि वो player आगे रह जाए, there should be like कोई एक ही सफर करे. Like एक जैसे बार्सा के अंदर आई डोंट थिंक बार्सिलोना के अंदर एक प्रॉपर बॉक्स टू बॉक्स रनर होगा एक्सेप्ट फ्रैंकी. फ्रैंकी के अलावा आई डोंट थिंक एक प्रॉपर गावी स्टिल यंग. सो दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि उसको स्टिल अटैकिंग वाइज ज्यादा रखा जाता है. बॉक्स टू बॉक्स एथलेटिको इज द टीम जो यूजुअली ऑन फील्ड तुम्हें वैसे तो उनकी पूरी टीम ही बॉक्स टू बॉक्स है बट मेनली इवन विद बॉल पोजेशन थॉमस लेमार, मार्कस लोरेंटे एंड रोड्रिगो डे पॉल, दीज आर दोस 3 players who can give you that box to box connection. And I think कई बार ऐसा होता है कि when they commit attacking wise, ये 3 attacking wise commit कर देते हैं ना, there is a very high probability you can be hit on counter attack. We saw versus Real.
No, absolutely right. I think Atletico have been tactically vulnerable this season a lot of times, and इसलिए the players are not really getting that much of the blame, but Diego Simeone is, because Diego Simeone is a guy who's very stubborn, very adamant when it comes to tactics. We have seen it with him. मतलब वो बंदा यूवेंटस से जाके 3-0 हारा because he decided to sit back. He doesn't care. He'll come again next year. He'll sit back and he'll beat Liverpool. So मतलब I think that is one of the reasons. But even if we move on from Atletico, Barcelona, we expected them to struggle because Leo Messi left. The thing which I was personally shocked at was that Antoine Griezmann was also allowed to leave after Leo Messi left, because for me that was a shock. For me, when Leo Messi left, I was like, Antoine Griezmann has to be the man. He's going to finally get to play his role, his position. He's going to do well at Barcelona. But the club let him go. And then we of course know what happened with Koeman. But now in the January transfer window, Ferran Torres, Aubameyang, Adama Traore. थोड़ी जान आई है बार्सिलोना के अंदर.
थोड़ी नहीं, बहुत ज़्यादा. I think these were probably the best players in the current scenario for Barcelona. By best player what I mean is, and by current scenario what I mean is not sporting wise, like non-sporting wise. जो wage cap की दिक्कत थी, it is like you needed players who can actually play for you at minimal, next to no wage. Adama Traore is playing for 15k per week.
A week. That is very less.
In football, see, in reality that is like, oh my god, I can play 15K per week, surely. But footballing world के अंदर and looking at the salary he was getting initially,
Yeah.
that is like a huge drop.
Yeah.
Aubameyang,
Huge drop, yeah.
Aubameyang has given up on, like, I don't know कितने कुछ millions की salary give up करी उसने next 6 महीने.
He's given up on 8 million of his salary. He was earning 12.5 million at Arsenal, and he's going to be earning 4.5 million at Barcelona.
And 4.5 million, maybe the other part is going to be paid by Arsenal. So
Yeah,
see, it is
exactly.
it is like Barcelona needed these. That is what I mean when I say that these were the best players possible for Barcelona इस transfer window में. But talking about sporting wise, I think criticalness was one thing Barcelona was lacking a lot in this season. Like बहुत ज़्यादा. जब तक हमारा लूक डी गोट का बाहर नहीं आया रूप लास्ट के कुछ गेम के अंदर, तब तक तो हम लोग कतई बहुत बुरी तरह स्ट्रगल कर रहे थे. डी पे वॉज फॉलिंग ऑफ. एंड आई थिंक इसके साथ जब यू हैव गॉट प्लेयर लाइक आडमा, तो आई डोंट एक्सपेक्ट आडमा टू फिनिश ऑफ कोर्स, बट आई एक्सपेक्ट हिम टू प्रोवाइड दैट सॉलिडिटी इन दैट राइट विंग, क्योंकि वो राइट विंग बैक भी खेल सकता है. तो इट इज लाइक देन यू कैन एक्चुअली ही इज द परफेक्ट पर्सन टू बैक डैनी एल्वेज. जब डैनी एल्वेज आगे क्रॉस डालने जा रहा है तो ही इज द परफेक्ट पर्सन फॉर दैट. तो इसलिए आई पर्सनली फील कि काइंड ऑफ वेल थॉट ट्रांसफर किए गए. इट इज़ नॉट कि भाई फ्री में मिल रहा है तो उठा लो, ऐसा नहीं है. हाँ, तो वेल थॉट ट्रांसफर है. मोराटा को जो लिंक वो करा जा रहा था कि विद मोराटा इट वाज लाइक दे न्यू कि अब हमें ऐसा फुटबॉल खेलना है जो लूक डियोंग से कराने की कोशिश की जा रही है. वो मोराटा स्पेन के लिए करता है, तो वी आर गोइंग टू ब्रिंग हिम इन. बट नाउ वी हैव गॉट Aubameyang, so it is like okay, now we can play a bit pacey football because we have got Adama as well, we have got Aubameyang, we have got Abde, we have got Dipe. Ansu अभी injured है, so I'm not going to count it. We have got Gavi, we have got Frenkie, so we have got players who can play anti-press football, so we can play a pacey football as well. तो इसलिए I think Barcelona have kind of adjusted their natural style of play for this transfer window, and I think that is what's going to make it very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, abhi Barcelona, when we look at it, they are fifth in the table, and मतलब कुछ हफ्ते पहले तक when Xavi took over, they were even worse. But then that performance came versus Real Madrid in the Super Cup, and I know उस पे Barcelona का काफी joke उड़ा है that there's pride in defeat and all of that. But to be honest, I did a watch along in that match. It was a very end-to-end El Clasico, a very very solid performance from Barcelona. And then उसके बाद even before that in the league, they had started picking up some pace. Now half of the league is done. I would say 55-60% of the league is done. The last 40% remain, plus you've got Europa League. If Barcelona don't win Europa League, it will be deemed as a failure, because of course you're Barcelona, you're the biggest club in the competition, you should win the Europa League. And then of course there's a fight for top 4. Abhi Frankie de Jong ne aake bola that top 4 is our main aim, we are not aiming for anything else, and then there are other competitions which we have to look at. Do you see Barcelona realistically knocking one of the current top 4 sides out to take their place and play in Europe next season?
Of course, first of all, the answer would be of course. But like, even as a अगर मैं अपने अंदर से थोड़ी कोशिश करूँ बारसा फैन को हटाने की, even then I would say yes. And in my very recent videos, I said it कि there is a very high chance Barca can finish third. मैंने बोला तुम हंस लोगे, तुम्हें हंसना है तो मैंने वीडियो में
नहीं मतलब I'm see when it comes to La Liga, when it comes to La Liga, I don't expect Barcelona to be outside top 3 or top 4. So to be honest, because it's in the club, they are a top 3 club, let's be honest. 1 2 3 में चलता है बारसा का, मैक्सिमम 4th गिर सकती है यार, 4th से ज़्यादा I don't expect them to fall. I expect the players to react well to how the board has backed them. I expect Xavi to react well to how much support he has gotten despite only being in for 2 or 3 months. So definitely I think they've had their lows, but I also think that the kind of work which Laporta has did, he got a lot of stick for letting Leo Messi go, but he's making the club sustainable again. Because let's be honest, if Barcelona want to be sustainable for the next 50 years, maybe it was important to let someone like Messi go. And now I think the bad stage is gone. The bad period has surpassed Barcelona. जितना खराब हो सकता था उतना हो चुका है. I think from here the younger players are going to pick up, and Barcelona is going to be again fighting for top 3, top 4 this season. And next season, if they make a couple of good signings, who knows? They'll be back to the title contention.
See, this is this is me every morning promising myself Barca are going to be back, Barca are going to be back. But yeah, see, talking about ki this season, how do I see them finishing top 3? I personally feel ki even if you look at the table, so Real Betis have got one more game played, and they are if Barcelona technically wins their next game, it is a 6-pointer game for Barca. Atletico ko harana in itself. If Barcelona wins that game at the same games played with Real Betis, they are going to be just 2 points behind.
Yeah.
2 points क्या होते हैं? वो टीम एक मैच हारी, तुम टीम एक मैच जीते.
Yeah, exactly.
You are at the third place.
Yeah.
So saying कि Barcelona can't go at the third place is नहीं कुछ ज़्यादा ही तुम लोग कुछ ज़्यादा ही.
It's a bit ignorant.
It's a big ignorant, yes. Me saying कि Barcelona can compete for the title is too optimistic. But then others saying कि Barcelona can't even reach the top 4 or the third position is being a bit ignorant. And as you said, कि Barcelona have actually settled their club's situation for the next how many 4-5 years to be just to be sure. Like अभी की अगर हम बात करें, let's not go into too long scenario. For the next 4-5 years, it is like I know a lot of Barca fans are still looking forward for any news for Haaland. And I think उस सब के लिए what matters is कि Barcelona इस season सही से perform करे, and they know it. Even if they want Haaland. But even if they don't get Haaland, they have got pretty good players. Barca have got pretty good players. And as you said, with the right signings in the next transfer window, summer window, they could be competing for anything next year. UCL, La Liga, they could be competing for anything. That is Barca. But I still feel that Barcelona needs a lot more defenders than attackers. And उसके बाद अगर Barcelona is able to get in a few defenders, key defenders, ball playing चाहिए, and wide वाले भी चाहिए, full backs तो चाहिए ही चाहिए, wide center defenders भी चाहिए, because Barcelona when they go in their back 3 formation, so they need Araujo को खिलाना पड़ता है वहाँ पे, एक साइड Araujo संभाल लेता है, दूसरी साइड नहीं संभाल पाता कोई भी.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is like wide खेलने वाला भी चाहिए. तो if Barcelona is able to bring in few defenders,
फिर मुकेश भाई का भी कुछ नहीं. Okay, Barca is back, baby. But I think that is the best way to sum up the current La Liga scenario. And Mukesh, again, your insights on La Liga, on football, always very pleasing to hear. I think our viewers are also going to enjoy this. And we hope this turns out to be a really, really interesting top 4 race for all the sides in La Liga. And भाई हम तो मैड्रिड वाले, हम सीधा लीग टाइटल सेलिब्रेट करेंगे अब. बट चलो मिलते हैं अगले
too ignorant. Sevilla, I'm backing Sevilla. My money on Sevilla.
But देखते हैं अगले सीजन, देखते हैं बारसा को मजा आएगा. If the rivalry is back on how it should be. Mbappe अपना लड़का आ रहा है अगले सीजन, तुम भी अपना कोई ढूंढो. And till then, we will see you soon, Mukesh, on our channel again. Everyone, please do subscribe to Mukesh's channel. His channel's link is in the description. Please go and watch his videos. He is an absolutely amazing content creator for football. And मतलब मैं भी हूँ, तो मतलब मेरे लिए भी कर लेना थोड़ा सा. So that works. And thank you so much for joining us, Mukesh. It's been a pleasure.
Honored.